And they didn't think they needed. They didn't think there's such thing so nice and tasty. So they ate more and more. And so slowly everyone knows about this beautiful form on the sea, which tastes good and smell nice and beautiful. So they all came and eat them. And the more they eat, the more they became heavy. They changed their appearance. They changed their power. And slowly they cannot fly very long distance anymore. And slowly their light, their aura became shorter, duller in color. But they wouldn't notice that much. Anyhow, it's too late to change. It's too good. So the more they eat, the more they want. So they cannot stop eating. And after everybody eats, the form's gone. Too much eating, gone. And then something else appear on earth. A kind of wheat that grows all over places. And anyone can take it and eat them. Kind of crawling wheat. So people like it also, because there are no more forms. And they try the wheat. The wheat's also very tasty and nice and beautiful and fragrant. So they eat, and everybody eat. And the more they eat these, the coarser their body and spirit became. They could hardly fly anymore. And their physical body began to change into the worst, not the better. They was beautiful and glorious before. Now they look more coarse, and some sound begin to emanate from their mouth now. There was no need to speak before. Now they must make some sound in order for the neighbor to understand. It's just some bubbling, but it has been the sound now. And they could not stop eating now. It's become like addict. Oh, it's so beautiful, so good. So they keep eating. After that, something else came, and the wheat's no more. The beautiful wheat, no more there. And they go searching around for something else to eat. And the earth offer something else. Like what we have as rice or wheat, the earth begin to offer this kind of thing. And people eat them. But these things grow outside, in the field, and where they live, they have to walk to the distance and take this home. They weren't ready all over places like before. So they take them home and eat them, and everyone has enough every day. But slowly people began to be lazy. And they say, why should I go every day to the field and get what I need? I take it enough for 2 days, or 3 days, and I don't need to go every day. So he took 3 days. And the other neighbors see and do the same thing. And the neighbors do the same thing. And other people are more greedy, take for 10 days, and the other take for 20 days. So slowly the wheats are gone out of supply because everybody takes much more than they need. After a while, they started trouble because the one who has a lot fearful of the one who doesn't have. And they become stealing and things like that. So now a council has been formed by the people to settle all this dispute and to make the law. That's the first government of the world because of eating. Nothing more noble. Okay. And then they have divided the earth into different pieces. Now this one is for Mr. So-and-so, this one is Mrs. So-and-so, and no one should violate. But the more they eat these things, the coarser they became, and their body begin to change. So some change into woman shape, some change into man shape. What we call man and woman nowadays. Before, there weren't any shape. Everyone is exactly the same. Live in glory and love together. There's no physical attraction between each other. But after they eat all these things too much, and fighting and stealing and disputing, other things began to change so tragically. And then people begin to look at each other with wonder and attraction. Those who eat less still be more beautiful, and those who eat more became more ugly. The ugly chased after the beauty. The beauty should be the woman. Probably we eat less. Therefore, until now, the woman still called the beauty. So then the men, so-called men, began to chase after women because they're more beautiful. Everyone loves beauty because we were born beautiful. We were from the beauty. That's why up till now, everyone loves beauty. And all the women put all this beautiful makeup on just because they remember deep down in their memories that they have been beautiful. Or their real self is beautiful. So whatever their appearance on earth, they're not satisfied. And other men too, however beautiful his wife is, he still likes to look at the other beauties. Because he remember, in the old day, everyone is beautiful, more beautiful than his wife even. So he cannot be satisfied with looking at one beauty. That's the cause of unfaithfulness. It's not that he's really bad, it's just the instinct nature inside us. Even the greed and the love of beauty, hoarding of money and possession, it all came from the noble root that we have been in a more glorious world where things are all in plenty, where things are there, not for the asking. We just have what we need without asking even. And we were all beautiful and glorious. That's why we still love these things, all shining jewels and makeup, and love beautiful men, love beautiful women, and like to have a luxurious life. It is because we had them before, and we miss them now. Therefore we try to get them back as much as we can, as much as our ability here can afford us. Therefore all these so-called bad habits and instincts in men stem from a very noble root. Should we know it, we would feel more sorry for us than to blame us or to accuse our men or women for chasing after beauty or hoarding money. So once we understand this through spiritual practice, we will leave all these things. We will have them, but we will not crave for them. Whatever we have, we satisfy and use them, but we will not be a slave for them, and we will not crave and not try all means to get them, and maybe start a war because of these. Now after these things have happened, people begin chasing each other, yeah? And then physical attraction began to happen, and then they start to have couples. And then other people who look at these wonder why it never happened like this before. I wonder why one being do this thing to the other being. But then, so these people are ashamed, attracted to each other physically and doing things physically. They are ashamed, so they have to go out of the city, of the inhabitant, and build a hut or build their caves. So a house began to spring up. And then separate dormitory began to appear. That's how it happened. And that's how we started our history, according to Buddha. I don't know if the story is true or not. I wasn't there. I might be there, but it's too long now. Billions, trillions of years who remember all these things, who want to remember, right? So now, after that, because people started to build houses and then hoarding for themselves and divided land, and then things began to get worse because some people who are diligent plan a lot of things and have a good crops, and other people who are lazy come and just steal. And so that's how it begins with a war. And it goes on until now, because those who have a lot and those who have too little. Have a lot doesn't want to share with those who have too little. Those who have a lot because of diligent working, looking down upon those who doesn't have because of laziness or maybe misfortune. So the Buddha concluded that the cause of war is the lack of sharing between people and the greed within us. And someone who likes to take too much and left none for others. So nowadays, in the modern time, scientists have made some research, and they thought the cause of war may be the starvation. Many countries starve and many countries have too much, things like that. But not really, we don't really have too much. We just use it wrongly and waste. So they make a research. For example, someone told me in Toronto, he had a restaurant. He has a vegetarian restaurant and a vegetarian magazine. He told me that according to a research, if in Northern America, each person eats vegetarian meal once a week only, then we have enough food to feed 60 million people a year. And I was startled. I said, how can it be? But they work out that way. Not because of the food. There's so many concerning with food. Because the land had to be cultivated and now it's wasted for the cow feeding and all the water supply, all the medicine for the cows or the pigs or whatever, and all the transportation, everything concerned with meat diet had reportedly wasted a lot of human substance, and that is the cause of starvation of many countries. It takes a lot of food, protein, medicine, transport, water to feed a cow.